Jealous people can be very dangerous to you and can even kill you. Once a person has shown you their true colors, stay away from them. Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I go by the name Pindile Waganzimande. Some of my other friends call me Laura. So today we're going to look at the book of Samuel, 1 Samuel, where we learn of King Saul and King David. So guys, from what I take from the scriptures is this. There's a lot of people in our lives that that we love, and we find it so hard to let them go, even if they've shown us who they are, but we still want to hold on to them. Guys, I don't know if you can remember the story of King David and King Saul. Yes, David, the one that conquered Goliath, the giant. So King David, before he became king, there was Saul. So Saul was the king, and Saul was mighty, and he was a great king, and people loved him, and he obviously had conquered some in wars, and he was a good king. But what happened was this: when King David came into the picture, he was greater than King Saul, because the woman there, after what King David had done, after he conquered Goliath, there was a song the woman used to sing that King Saul killed thousands, but then King David killed tens of thousands. So when King Saul heard that, he immediately became jealous. But before that event happened, he liked Saul. They were very close. He used to stay in his palace when there was a musical instrument that David used to play, and King Saul was really fond of him. They were really close before he became friends with his son, and eventually King David married one of King Saul's daughters and was friends with Jonathan, which is one of King Saul's sons. So King David had a very good heart. Remember, he was chosen by God to become king. So he had a very, very soft spot for King Saul. He truly, truly loved him. Even though when Saul had shown that he is now jealous of him because people think that he's greater. But King David still wanted to stay close to him and treat him in a loving way. And from what I'll tell you, I'll give you examples as to what happened. So I haven't read the scripture in a very long time, so I'm just remembering from when I read it. I think it was about 3 months ago, some few months ago, but I know it because it was very close to me, and I learned so much from this. So there was a time when King Saul wanted to kill David because it's just simple. He was jealous of him. There's nothing else to it. He can't even hide it himself. He was just jealous of David because everybody found favor in him. Women liked him. Everyone, they thought he was a greater warrior, and he was just jealous. And then so he wanted to kill him because of that. He wanted to just murder him because of the jealousy. So David knew about this, so he ran to the wilderness. He ran. So he would hear, they would tell him that King Saul is after you. And there was a time when he hid in a cave. And I think King Saul, what happened, I think he was going to do a number 1 or a number 2 somewhere in the cave, and then King David was so close to him and he could have killed him, but he didn't do anything. Instead, he took some evidence to show him that, listen here, this is a time when you are very vulnerable. I could have killed you here. I could have done harm to you, but I didn't. Just to show him that I've shown you mercy so many times. I could have done it, but I didn't. So it was more than once. And in all of this, King Saul started weeping and feeling so sad and bad that I tried to harm this young man for nothing because I was jealous of him. And then he said to King David that please, can you come back to the palace? Because after David shown him the proof that, listen here, I was very close to you, I could have killed you, and I showed you mercy, so and so. After every event where David would tell Saul, this is what happened, Saul would feel bad, and then he'll say to David, listen, I'm sorry, and why don't you come back to the palace, and you've shown me mercy, and basically he would weep. But now the thing is, David heard that and he would forgive him, obviously, and as he had a soft spot for him. But then he didn't go back to the palace to go and stay with King Saul, because he had seen his true colors. He had seen his nature and the type of person that he was. So what we learned from the scripture is this: once a person shows you who they are, believe them and stay away, because David hadn't done anything wrong to King Saul. He hadn't done anything. It was just jealousy, point blank. So you do get those people in your life, whether it could be a colleague, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, that is just jealous of you and will wish you harm because of that. It doesn't matter that you haven't done anything to them. So people like that you should stay away from, because they are very dangerous. Those people will never wish you any kindness. They won't change, because you can't change being who you are. God has made you like that, the way you are, from top to bottom. This is who you are, and you're never going to change. And unfortunately, for the person that you are is what is a thorn to their flesh. So now how are you going to change yourself? So it's easy. You should just stay away from such people, because those people will literally just cut off your head. Stay away from them. So this is what King David did. He heard Saul that he's sorry and all of that, but then he didn't go back to the palace. He stayed in the wilderness. He stayed there. And what do you know? After some time again, King Saul went back to his evil ways and still wanted to kill David. So can you see? Imagine had he gone back to the palace with him after he felt guilty and started weeping and asking for forgiveness. Imagine if he had gone back to the palace, he would have just been right there next to him. So he stayed away because he had already seen his nature. So he was still in the wilderness, and he will hear he would hear that King Saul is coming after you, is coming back, so and so. So can you see that he's still the same person? So after that weeping and after that moment had gone, after a few weeks or a few months, he went back to being himself. That's just how humans are. Once a person has shown you who they are, trust and believe, you need to stay away from that person. Doesn't matter how many years you guys have been friends, doesn't matter what they've done for you, that person is not going to change. The fact that they are very jealous. If you're jealousy is something that's different, because that's something, it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's like a neighbor who has seen you buy a new house or a car. That person is just, it's jealous. You've done nothing wrong to them. If it was a situation of maybe you guys have exchanged words or something physically happened, there you can talk it out, and then it'll be just, life will go back to normal. But then how do you reconcile and make things okay with someone that is just jealous of you? That person is jealous of the person that you are, and you, unfortunately, like I said, you can't change. And like I said, you need to stay away from people like that, because it will only end at your demise. Please do subscribe to my channel, guys, and be part of this family, and hit that notification bell, and let's all grow together. And yeah, thank you. Bye.